Aloha guys! Today I'm going to show you what I'm shooting on when I'm shooting my vlogs. First off, I fell in love with aerial photography, which is why I needed to get a drone. I bought this drone 1 week before the DJI Mavic came out, but you know, later on I've actually gotten to like this one pretty good. So I really don't mind, because it's perfect for what I needed to do. I can take off in my hand, with one hand on the controller. It's just a durable drone. It takes all the beating that I needed to take. I've lost it in the ground a couple times. I've crashed it once. You know, and it survives. The only thing it didn't survive is when I flew it in the rain. That's not recommended. Don't do that. I love this drone. To really optimize your drone, you should definitely check out these Polar Pro filters. So when you're shooting with a drone, it's recommended that you keep the ISO as low as possible, preferably on 100, and you're shooting with shutter speed twice as much as your frame per second. That means to make the most out of this drone, you will need to shoot in 4K, 30 frames per second, f-stop on 60 and ISO 100, your image is really just gonna look blown out. So what you do to prevent this is you get these. These are ND filters from Polar Pro. They come in really handy cases like this. You have to look at these like it's your sunglasses for your drone. It's really blocking all the sunlight out, and what it does is it allows you to keep that ISO down at 100, and that gives you a sharper image and a more quality image as well. So if you're getting a drone, you know, don't just buy it and then just push manual. If you really want the most out of your drone, get these and you know, really do some research. They also come in 3 different strengths. I bought the Cinema Pack, which is, yeah, I got ND 32, 16 and 64. I rarely shoot on the 32 or 64. I almost always use the ND 16, but I have experienced days where it's really bright outside. Like we're talking midday, you're on a beach on North Shore and the sun is just, you know, there. That's when you need the ND 32. So if I would to buy these again, I would not have bought the big package. I would gone for 4, 6 and 8. But I'd say the 16 is perfect here in Hawaii. It really depends where you are. In addition to the drone, I also have these 2 batteries. I'd say you at least need 2 batteries to last a day. Preferably I want to have more, but you know, it all comes down to cost really. What else can I recommend? I use these radio antenna boosters. This can actually, I believe, quadruple the length I can fly my drone. I've flown, I believe at the most, I've flown 6,000 feet with these guys on. So it becomes ridiculous. Your range, it's absolutely amazing. And sometimes also you get like signal interferences, and these boys just, you know, keeps your signal stable. The worst part is you're out there flying and it's lagging on your screen and you don't really know if what you're capturing is turning out good. So get these. Last thing. If you're in a tropical environment or in an environment where there's sun, you want to get this thing. This blocks all the sunlight out, and you can basically just stand, look straight down at your screen. So when I'm flying the drone, I like to, I try to stay out of the shot. You know, sometimes that's just not possible. So if you look closely, you'll see me standing there like this. You know, like that, but hey, that's what I do, and sometimes I just can't. You know, I try to stay out of shot, but sometimes I can't do it. So instead of just buying that, you know, you can buy these cables of Amazon for like $3. I just tape mine together, and it's a perfect length, and it's not in the way, and that works perfectly when I'm flying the drone. The radio antenna boosters goes like this. If you didn't know, so what this does is the gold here reflects the signal much stronger, and yeah, you can just get a wider and longer range. You should look that up. Some tests on that on YouTube as well. Okay, that was the drone part. It's down to my everyday vlogging camera. It becomes a problem because I only have one. You know, I don't have any camera to show the camera that I use for vlogging. So how am I gonna do this? Well, I brought the mirror. Okay, so We're gonna try to do this in a professional manner. It's not easy, but hey, let's try to do it. We're gonna try to do it. So, okay guys, this is my vlogging camera. It's a Canon EOS 7D 18.0 megapixel camera. It shoots 1080p 25 frames per second and 720p 50 frames per second. So when I'm out shooting, I try to think of, if I want to use cinematic shots, I shoot in 50 frames per second so I can slow it down and really give it that feeling. If I'm out shooting voices, I know there's gonna be people talking, I try to shoot in 1080. It's just amount of quality, what you're looking for. So, I mean, if you're a big baller, I would go for the Canon 5D or the Sony A7S II. Yeah, you know, there's just a lot of great cameras out there, but this is what I use and I get a lot of questions on it. So here you go, this is my vlogging camera, but this is really important for those of you who are wondering about it. Sometimes it doesn't come down to the camera, but what you have in front of the camera. So the lens part, this is why it's the perfect lens for me. I have the possibility to go from 11 millimeters, which is super wide, to 16, which is more cinematic, more, you know, close-up shots. This is what I'm shooting with. If I'm shooting other people, I try to use this zoom function because you just get a little closer and it just looks cooler. Whenever I am doing, you know, interviews, selfies on myself, I have a set focus range, 0.5, that I know will be in focus, and I just hold it out and I get a much wider angle. So in the first vlogs, I had a set lens, which was on, I believe it was 16, so I was always out here. It was too close, you know? So getting that little edge really makes a huge difference. Okay, I hope that answered some questions. Huge shout out to all you guys that's commenting and interacting with me, liking the stuff I do. You know, I appreciate the hard critics as well, you know, that's the only way I can improve it. But anyway, that you're giving feedback is what I need to, you know, that's what I need. I just like getting feedback, guys. But this was the vlog that, you know, that shows you the things that I use at the moment when I'm shooting it. I was thinking about doing how I edit my vlogs. Would you guys like to see that? If there's any interest, I will make a tutorial. I was thinking around episode 50, when I can actually say that I know what it's like to be a vlogger when you've done 50 episodes in a row. But if that sounds interesting, let me know and I will consider making one, because I have a lot of, you know, when you're doing daily vlogs, you need to be fast, you need to make yourself shortcuts, you need to have presets, you need to know your commands, otherwise it'll take forever. Fucking ambulance. If you would like to see me in a tutorial about how I edit my daily vlogs, leave a comment, and if I get a lot of response back, I will definitely consider making one, okay? So to all you guys out there, I want to give you a huge shout out for leading me with interesting comments and feedback. It's really rewarding for me waking up, looking through all the comments and be like, shit, you know, I'm actually inspiring people to do stuff. So even though this vlog was, you know, not as adventurous as it usually is, stay with me guys, you know, okay. Thank you so much. I'll catch you tomorrow, soulmates.